Okay, so this is a box fill question. These are the conductor counts that we have to go through. Again, as I suggested, always make yourself a chart on the left-hand side of your scratch paper with all of the conductor sizes present in the box. So in this case, we have number 8s, number 10s, and number 12s, right? So the chart would be number 8, number 10, number 12. Then we're going to go through and count how many of each one of those conductor sizes that we have so we can assign the cubic air volume required for each one. How many number 8s do you have in this box, guys?
You have
3.
4.
No,
No,
4. 3, 4.
No, hold on.
You're gonna have.
So you have.
You're gonna have 6 because you got 2 clamps, right?
You have 3.
I hear 3, 4, and 6.
Because ungrounding,
We have 2 right here, right?
that's 2.
So I'm going to put 2 hash marks for those 2.
And then you
Then I got 2 more down here, because remember, grounded conductors.
Which counts as 1.
No, that's grounding conductors that count as 1. A grounded conductor is an intentionally grounded conductor, so I count it just like I would count a phase conductor. So I actually have 2 for those 2. And then what else do I have that I have to count as a number 8?
got.
The cable clamps, right? Exactly. I have 2 cable clamps down here, and the rule on that is 1 count of the largest one, right? So we have 5 number 8s is what we have. And then we move to the next one, which is size 10. We have 2 of those here, which are your ungrounded phase conductors. And then you have 2 additional ones, which is your grounded conductors, and again, those count, right? So we have 2 more there, and then that's all the number 10s that we have. And then last but not least, we have 4 number 12 equipment grounding conductors. So I have 4 number 12s, right?
1.
Just 1, correct, because regardless of how many grounding conductors, the grounds, we only count them 1 time, and we count them at the largest of their own size. So these 4 only count as 1 number 12. So then I can come up here and just add my cubic air volume, which is 3.0 for 8. It's 2.5 for number 10s, and it's 2.25 for number 12s. 3 times 5 is 15, 4 times 2.5 is 10, and 1 times 2.25 is 2.25. That gives me a total of 27.25 cubic inches required. So this combination of these wires would require us a box large enough to have a 27.25 cubic inch volume. If you look on the table right above that, which is 314.16a, what size 4 square or 411 would you have to have for this particular box? 411. Inch and a half deep. So a normal 411, which is actually 411/16. Right.
Tricky.
You just have to be real careful that you know. A lot of guys get tripped up with this term grounded conductors. Remember we talked about that earlier. A grounded conductor is vastly different of an animal than the grounding electrode conductors or grounding equipment conductors. It's 2 different animals.
Right.
Grounding is the ground.
Grounding is your ground. Right. That's what this equipment grounding conductor is right here. Okay? And then if they ask you this question simply as what's the cubic area needed, the answer would be 27. If they ask you what's the minimum size box required, then you would answer, the 411, depending on how the question is phrased or what they're looking for in the answer. It may just simply ask you how many number 8s would you count out of that, and then your answer would be 5. So there's a number of different ways that they can address this particular question.
Any way they want.
Any way they want. You just have to be familiar with this particular section or this article, 314. And it starts again on page 168, and that's where all of your count requirements are. So everything that we talked about earlier as far as the splices, the in and outs, the loops of 12 or more, the yokes and devices, studs, clamps, hickeys, all of that is listed right here. So if you get sideways and can't remember it, just know that the reference is all right there. Slow down, take your time, reread that, and then just go down your chart. Just pick them out and just put your hash marks on. It'll really keep it straight for you. It'll help you navigate and make sure you don't get the question.
I've been seeing things more clearly now. I'm so much more aware. It's all coming into focus like that lion